Rummy X back in your video. Hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, as it would be very, very, very appreciated, as it would boost the channel and will help the YouTube algorithm see my video. With that being said, please check out the affiliate links down below, as it would mean a lot to me if you supported me in those ways as well. With that being said, check out my second channel down below, and we can now get into the recap. Please comment though, as it would be appreciated, as I would like to see you guys' what ifs, and also maybe some of your thoughts on this video. I'm gonna try to make this video very action packed, as I feel like in the last two parts I made it very story packed. I kind of want to have a mix of emotional stuff and physical stuff in my what ifs. As before, I think I did like a physical and emotional at the same time, but I feel like if I do one part where it's usually like emotional feelings, or like more like story and less like action, more story, and it really drives the character development and things like that, then in the next part there's the action. I think I'm still just gonna mix it up in every single part, but I think this one's gonna be a special one where I'm gonna try to do a good job of highlighting the action. With that being said, in the last part we basically ended off with Naruto challenging Roshi after healing his connection slash bond with the Susano and also the Nine Tails. Well, I guess you could say he just started a bond with the Nine Tails. Naruto would then meet Roshi at 6 a.m. as Naruto would have a dead stare at Roshi. "I'm here to beat you and that's it," Naruto would say, taking off the cloak that he had worn most of the time that he was at Mount Onaki. This cloak also protected his normal clothes from the massive smokes coming off of the, I guess you could say, village slash country. With that being said, Naruto would then launch towards Roshi. "Roshi, it's over. 1,000 Divine Fist." "You think it's over that quickly?" 1,000 Lava Fist," Roshi would yell. Both attacks would collide as shockwaves would be sent throughout the country. People planting seeds and people drinking coffee would be unable to, as earthquakes would, destroy what they were doing, or mess up what they were doing, you could say. With that being said, Naruto would rush towards Roshi, kicking him. "Ha ha ha," Naruto would say, as he thought that he had caught Roshi off guard, but unfortunately he hadn't. Roshi would grab Naruto by the leg, slamming him into the ground. Naruto would quickly pull out a kunai, throwing it forward and towards Roshi. Roshi would quickly dodge, grabbing the same kunai and flipping it with his finger. There was a hole in between the kunais, which I think most of you guys know what I'm talking about. Basically, on the end, there was this like little hole. Roshi would put his hand through it, swinging the kunai around and throwing it towards Naruto. Naruto would quickly do a backflip. In this same moment, the kunai would fly directly under his head, causing Naruto to not be hit by it. He would then grab the same very kunai, as he would then have chakra around the kunai, throwing it towards Roshi, who would dodge. This kunai would now be out of the play, you could say. Naruto would then throw multiple shuriken, I should say, towards Roshi, who would dodge the shuriken as well, but they would stunt his movements, even if only for a minute. This was enough time for Naruto to quickly rush past Roshi. As little did Roshi know, paper bombs were now everywhere. Roshi would then have to block, as quickly he had made himself a lava defense. This lava defense would then expand into hands, as he would then yell out, 10 Lava Fist. Massive eruptions of lava would come out in the form of fist, as Naruto would quickly yell out, "Kabuto, come to me." Kabuto slash Luck, who I did name, or fully, I guess you could say, give the backstory on slash name Luck slash Kabuto in the last part, would come out, protecting Naruto from this lava. Roshi would then continue. "Oh, you think it's over? 1,000 Lava Fist times 2. Roshi would then launch this attack, as he would realize that at this point he's used about 20% of his chakra. Roshi was a strong man, but he was, past his youth, you could say. He's still in his prime, but not his youth. With that being said, Roshi would then continue his onslaught, as each hit would, I guess you could say, weaken Luck slash Kabuto slash the Susano's defense even further. Naruto would then call on the Susano to use an offensive-like attack, as Luck would grab his spear, encasing it with the Nine-Tails chakra, as both Luck and the Nine-Tails worked together in tandem, hitting Roshi. This would send Roshi flying off of the mountain, but quickly he had used his, lava ability to fly throughout the air and attach himself to the mountain so that he could then continue the fight, as he would. Naruto and Roshi would then clash again. Naruto's foot would hit Roshi's foot, as Roshi's foot would then hit Naruto's hand. Foot to hand, if that makes sense, or I should say fist to hand, if that makes sense even more. With that being said, Naruto would then take advantage of this, grabbing Roshi's foot and swinging him up into the air as he would then fly skywards, or upwards, I should say. This time, Naruto was ready to hit him again. Now it's over, Roshi, Naruto would say, as he would then utilize the full abilities of the Nine Tails. Now, QB Fist! Roshi would smile. So you've already mastered the Nine Tails' chakra. How interesting. But even though you have, it seems to me like you haven't, well, even close to remotely mastered its abilities. Roshi would then clasp fist to fist with Naruto as he would smirk. He would then crack all of Naruto's fingers as he would force Naruto's hands into making a jutsu. He would then kick Naruto down as he would yell out, "Fireball, extinguishing lava jutsu." This fireball would be mixed with the, well, flaming and raging flames of the lava infernos that Roshi was able to create with his Kekkei Genkai as it would hit Naruto. This would send Naruto flying into the ground and would even injure him. He would have little bits of flashbacks back to when he first met Roshi as he would smile. "I can't let my emotions get in the way," Naruto would say, as he would continue to attack Roshi. Punch to punch, hit to hit, they were on even footing. Naruto couldn't seem to get the upper hand, but when he had, Roshi would, well, just as quickly take it away from him, and would then get the upper hand himself. And I don't know what just happened there, but yeah, it happened. With that being said, the same thing would happen. Naruto would then, get the upper hand on Roshi, and the cycle would continue. With that being said, eventually, two ninja would step in. Two of Roshi's top commanding ninja, or I guess you would say the two strongest people in the village besides Roshi, who I'll say for the sake of the story are both about low Kage level. They would try to stop the fight, as many people were complaining about the damage that was being done to the country itself. But Roshi would shake his head, as both Naruto and Roshi would be able to still clash, because they had knocked out the people beside them. Not, well, in a conventional way, but they had just basically punched them out of their ways and clashed with one another, as they were basically, like, trying to stand in front of each other. Basically, put it like this. Roshi is in front of one of the ninja, who we'll call Kobo, and behind Kobo is Soto. In front of Soto is Naruto, so they're all kind of in a line, and Naruto would punch Soto, and Roshi would punch Kobo, these two low Kage ninja, which would then cause them both to clash. These shockwaves would then increase in velocity, as now everybody in the village would watch. This fight had now become not one of just a 1v1, but rather a 50v50. Ninja were attacking Naruto for, well, fighting their Kage, and other ninjas were attacking Roshi for being so stupid as to disrupt what they were doing and things of the sort. They were equally as mad at both of them. This would make the fight even more interesting, as they dodged attacks from multiple other ninjas, but at the end of the day, it was a clash between two brothers, you could say. Now, they're not actually brothers, but I think you guys get what I mean when I say a clash between brothers. They're almost like brothers. They're connections, so to speak, as they've actually gone through quite a bit in this about a month's time. With that being said, Naruto would then tell Roshi that he's ready to finish it all. Naruto would then tell Kabuto to come forth, as his Kyuubi chakra would surround the Susano. Naruto would then smirk. "Well, it's over for you now. I've tapped into even more of the Kyuubi's power." "You have?" "Yes, I have. Now, Tailed Beast Bomb." "A Tailed Beast Bomb?" "Yeah, that's what this is." Roshi would then launch his own Tailed Beast Bomb, as they would watch us both would clash, with Naruto's overtaking Roshi's. Roshi would then try to put more power behind his, as we would start to charge up another one. But unfortunately, it was too late. He was hit with the attack, and the mountain's peak was destroyed. This would cause the mountain to now be a plateau. If some of you viewers out there are young, even though I advise against young people watching my videos, these like people who are about 12 years old, 13 years old, that kind of age. 13 is whatever, I guess it's all right. But I'd rather people who are older, who can understand the plot and the story much better, watch my videos. Not to say that if you're 12, you can't, because I'd say, frankly, as a 12-year-old, I was pretty smart. With that being said, a plateau is a flat area of ground, or like a flat, mountainous area, so to speak. But basically, it's just flat, usually speaking. With that being said, the area would then turn into a plateau, or mount, I will call it. People, or I should say onlookers from other, like, distant villages who were able to look at Mount from below, or Mount Oniki from below, would actually now give it a name, Mount Plateau. But Roshi would fall into these nearby villages as he would correct them. No, its new name will be Mount Naroshi. Mount Naroshi? That name, it's interesting. Why is it called that? Roshi then thought about it. What about Mount Roshinaru? Yeah, I like that much better. I was just kidding with you guys. This village's name is Mount Roshinaru. I think you guys get the point of what I'm saying and why it's called this. Basically, because Roshi and Naruto created the plateau, I guess you could say, by using their tail beast bombs, he decided to name it Mount Roshinaru. Because, well, he's Roshi and Naruto's Naruto. With that being said, he also wanted his name above him because, well, he's older. He feels like, elders come first, whatever. With that being said, the villagers below would accept it. It's a pretty good name. Mount Roshinaru. It sounded really powerful, really bold. With that being said, Roshi would then get back up to the mountain, as at this point Naruto had already finished fighting, and he had calmed all the villagers down who had lost homes and things of the sort. As he would start to rebuild, Naruto would then promise to stay one more month, as this village had now expanded much greater, and they had actually used just a little bit of military force to actually, I don't know why my voice sounded like that, but it is what it is. They used a little bit of military force to actually conquer some of the land below. This would help with their natural resources, as they would have a lot more, and they would actually be a much more, I guess you could say, plentiful village with a lot more resources. This would also cause their homes to not be as polluted and the air they breathe not to be as polluted, which would mean that the age rate would skyrocket, as, well, eventually pollution would take a toll on their bodies. For some of you young people watching, as I know there will be some of you, and actually even some of you older people watching, honestly, please, and I know you've probably heard this a million times in your life, or at least tens of times, dozens, but please don't litter. Please pick up that water bottle. Even if it's not yours, maybe not in these times, but maybe when, COVID-19 calms down, maybe just pick up a water bottle and throw it in the trash can. Or maybe, just don't litter yourself. Just that one wrapper of a chocolate bar, like a Twix or a Kit Kat or whatever even, can really be a lot to our planet. And I personally want a generation where my children can grow up and they don't breathe in air that can kill them. Yeah. I just don't want that to be too saddening, nor do I want you guys to really focus on the video, but I do want you guys to reflect, and I want you guys to just, not litter. Just, please, it would really make my day if you just didn't litter. With that being said, Naruto had fixed the village completely, and they had actually expanded greatly. At this point, they had actually rivaled the size of the stone village, which again is very ironic as well. All the stuff I said in the last video, which you should definitely check out. Or it might have been the last video, depending on the timeline. With that being said, Naruto would then depart from Mount Roshinaru, as a massive sign would be put up on the day of his leave by all the villagers, which Naruto was happy about. And there was also 2 statues, one of Roshi, who was the first Kage of the village, and another of Naruto, who was to be considered the second Kage of Mount Roshinaru. He was only a standing Kage for about 2 weeks, though, while he was there, as Roshi had went on a mission. This mission was actually just conquering some of the land down below, but, it's still a mission nevertheless. With that being said, they had both had 2 statues, and it was officially named Mount Roshinaru, a village with a powerful Kage and one of the Biju. With that being said, the village was also sealed off from the public. Nobody who didn't have intel on the village could actually get in. This also protected Naruto while he was there, and it also protected Roshi from the threat of the Akatsuki, as Naruto had just recently found out about it. With that being said, Naruto would return. As little did he know, a lot of time had passed. Things were a little different. What do I mean? Well, at this exact moment when Naruto had returned, something odd, you could say, had happened. Everybody there was preparing for a war, a fight even, as Naruto didn't understand. Why? Why were they preparing for a fight? It made no sense. Also, I believe I did touch upon the fact that Naruto did actually have her Rasengan in this timeline, and he still does have it. With that being said, so he doesn't actually need to learn it. But with that being said, everybody was preparing to fight, as Naruto would immediately visit the Hokage's office, seeing an unfamiliar face. "Who are you, old hag? Old hag, do you not see my beautiful skin?" the lady would say. I think you guys know who I'm talking about. Lady Tsunade. With that being said, or the 5th Hokage is her name, Lady Tsunade. Or one of the former Sanin, the Slug Princess, Tsunade. But with that being said, the woman would then tell Naruto that she is a beautiful young lady. Naruto would then say, "Sure, you look like you're maybe 30, maybe even 40. But yeah, you look good for your age, sure. But where's the old man? You mean Hiruzen?" "Yes, old man Saratobi. Where is he?" "Oh, he's resting at home. Probably, I don't know. You go ask him." "Fine. Wait, actually, I have a question. Since you are the current Hokage, why is everybody who's a Genin getting prepared to fight some sort of battle?" "Some sort of battle? Hey, what rank are you? Are you a Chunin or a Genin or a Jonin?" "I'm a Chunin." Naruto at this point would actually be lying. He was not officially a Chunin, nor was he technically actually a Chunin. With that being said, Tsunade would tell him anyway. "Well, a ninja named Sasuke had fled the village, so we're basically going after him." "Lady Tsunade, I lied to you. I am a Genin, and Sasuke was actually on my team. My name is Naruto Uzumaki, and I went to a village which is now known as Mount Roshinaru. I was actually a Kage there for about 2 weeks, a stand-in Hokage. My duties to this village were not in, play while I was there, but I did figure out the objective of my mission. I'm glad that I came when I came, but I'm going to have to go on this mission, whether you like it or not. I will provide great strength. Trust me." I hear your words. And, well, we were missing one person anyways. So I take it you're Naruto Uzumaki. Well, don't get hurt. Thank you, Lady Tsunade. I'm glad you let me go on this mission. Naruto would then leave the room, as he would immediately follow the rest of the Konoha 11 at this point. You could even call it the Konoha 10, because Naruto's not there right now. But with that being said, Naruto would then follow them, eventually getting to Kimimaro. This is where Naruto would decide to immediately just pull out all the stops to defeat Kimimaro as fast as possible. But of course, it wasn't that easy. But eventually, Gaara would show up, and Rock Lee and Gaara were enough to take out Kimimaro so that Naruto could, go on. As eventually, Sasuke would look behind him. He saw a man with a mask on, an Anbu mask, in fact. As Sasuke wondered, what was an Anbu doing here? No need for them to be here. Is my absence really that big of a matter? Sasuke thought to himself. What do you want, Master Anbu? Master Anbu. That's what you call me now. Well, in front of us, there are many trees. But eventually, if we go far enough, there is a valley. I can sense it. Water streaming down from the streams within. It's almost like a river. Interesting. So that's where we're fighting. That's where we're definitely fighting. Uchiha. You address me by my surname. Uchiha. But that's it. Why not Sasuke? Why do I not know you? Are you just gonna defeat me, then take me back? That's not happening. I'll show you that I'm even stronger than the Anbu that they've sent. Sasuke would then land on the side of Madara. Cough, cough. Well, his reincarnation, technically. Or Angel's reincarnation, but they both share the same reincarnation. I think you guys get my gist. Well, Naruto, wearing his zombie mask, would land at the other side. Naruto would then rush towards Sasuke, as Sasuke would immediately pull back a fist. He was now semi-transformed, but was not using his Sharingan. This is the Sasuke that we see at the start of the Sasuke versus Naruto fight at the final valley. With that being said, we would see here Naruto's mask be broken by Sasuke, as Naruto would punch Sasuke down to the ground as he was shocked midair, but he would also be sent flying into the nearby, well, stream, I guess you could say, down below. So this was a pretty long, I guess you could say, hit. With that being said, he would fall down into the water as Naruto would immediately jump straight in, punching Sasuke further down. Each hit would send him flying, as he would then get beneath Sasuke, kneeing him upwards. You think that it's already over? I thought that's what you were saying, as Sasuke had actually said that it's over when he broke Naruto's mask. But with that being said, he was surprised when it was Naruto. Naruto would then come out of the water with Sasuke, as he would throw Sasuke up onto the head of Madara Uchiha's statue, as he would then smile. Sasuke, it's been a while. Where have you been, Naruto? Well, let's just say I was playing Kage for a little, and helping out some people. I needed some validation within myself. And now I've got it. And I won't let you lose. I won't let you lose everything just to accomplish what? Just to gain power? Frivolous power that will not do anything for you. You don't understand, Naruto. You don't understand what I've been through. Have you heard of the Uchiha massacre? This is where Sasuke would explain everything that happened to him, as Naruto would shrug his shoulders, agreeing with Naruto. Yeah, you're right. I couldn't even imagine to feel your pain. But you're not the only one who's had it hard. We all have. Choji, for instance. He's always being called a fatso, no matter who he's fighting. Oh, and Sakura. She's always called useless by the other people in the Konoha 11. Why? Because us, her teammates, have just accomplished so much compared to her. With that being said, even somebody like the likes of Tenten, who's a year older than us, well, she's mocked at for only being able to use weapons. Neji, mocked at for being cocky. Hinata for being timid. Shikamaru for being lazy. We all have things that are bad about us. Sure, we can change them, but they are there. Don't act like you're the only one who has problems. Don't act like you're the only one who's laughed at. I see. Well, I should have taken them into account before I made that claim. Either way, it's over, Naruto. Naruto and Sasuke would then have a long battle of taijutsu. Amongst the lines of the one that they had in the canon. So basically along the lines of that fight that we saw in the original Naruto anime. With that being said, we would then see Sasuke use his signature Chidori, and Naruto use his signature Rasengan. They would then both jump into the air and clash, but this time, one had won. What do I mean by that? Naruto Uzumaki had won the battle, sending Sasuke flying. This would also cause Naruto to be sent flying by the recoil of the attack, as Naruto would make sure that he landed right beside Sasuke. Naruto and Sasuke would then both be on their backs, as Naruto would stand up, looking Sasuke dead in the face. Do you really want to continue this fight? Sasuke would look up And Naruto, as he would squint his eyes, I've lost. Sasuke would slam his hand into the ground, destroying a piece of the mountain and leaving a huge crater. I've lost! Damn it! Sasuke thought to himself as he would start to shed a tear. This tear would quickly, be wiped away by Sasuke. He didn't want to show his weakness, as Naruto would smile. Don't worry, Sasuke. I did see you crying. Damn you, Naruto. It's alright. Trust me, it's fine. You know, while I was gone, my will was actually broken. And I think it changed me for the better. Now, with that being said, Sasuke, we can get stronger together. You can defeat Itachi. Just not with the help of Orochimaru. You can do it with the help of training. Raw training. With that being said, this is where the part's going to end, with basically Kakashi finding them both passed out. And, yeah. Please check out the affiliate links down below. Comment down below what are suggestions and your thoughts and feelings about the video. Like the video, as it would really help, the YouTube algorithm. And, yeah. Rami X. Oh.